What's going on, guys? Sharpshot here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. So for today's video, we're going to be looking at the top 3 best survivor bloodpoint builds in DBD. So these builds are going to be focused on maximizing the amount of blood points you get every single survivor match you play. And I'm going to be ranking these 3 builds from worst to best, so third being the worst and first being the best. But if you like the third build over the first build, it's not a big deal because they're all fantastic bloodpoint builds. For each build, I'm going to be explaining why I chose the perks that I did in the build and why they go together well and why they actually give you the most amount of blood points possible. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Coming in at number 3, we have the objective focused bloodpoint build, which is basically focused around maximizing your blood points by doing as many objectives possible in the match. This build consists of sprint burst, prove thyself, bond, and either spine chill or counter force. As I've said many times before, every single one of your builds should have an exhaustion perk, and sprint burst fits this build the best because when you're trying to do objectives, moving around the map really quickly is very good because you can use this exhaustion perk outside of chases to, for example, sprint from one gen to another or from totem to totem. This is the best exhaustion perk that's not only good outside of a chase, but if you do end up getting into a chase with a killer, it's also great there too. Prove thyself is in this build because it is the best objective blood point perk in the game. You can get up to 100% bonus blood points if you do any co-op actions with anybody. So an example of doing a co-op action would be doing a gen with a couple other people, and not only is this a good blood point perk, but it's also a good objective perk because it allows you to do gens with other people so much quicker and it speeds up the game so much faster, which is really good. Bond is on this build because it goes really well with prove thyself and helping you find people way quicker to actually do gens with. If you see someone in the distance with their yellow aura already on a gen, you can go do that gen with them rather than just doing a gen solo and not even getting the bonus blood points. Finally, the 4th perk is kind of a pick your own perk, but the first perk you can pick out of is spine chill. You'd want to pick spine chill if you want to try and go the stealthier route of the objective playstyle and try and stay out of the way of the killer and just mainly focus on objectives and gens and whatnot. Or you can also go the counter force route, which is trying to get even more blood points by cleansing all of the totems. Overall, these 4 perks work super well together because prove thyself and bond is a really good combo in allowing you to do as many co-op gens as possible to not only gen rush and get a ton of gens done really quickly, but also get the max co-op action blood points really quickly in the match. Spine chill allows you to do this a lot easier by being a lot more stealthy, or you can go with even more blood points by using counter force and not only maxing your co-op action blood points, but also getting all the totems and getting bonus blood points for that as well. And then sprint burst ties all of those together and makes for a fantastic exhaustion perk that allows you to move really quickly throughout the map. Moving on to number 2, we have the Altruism Focused bloodpoint build. This build is focused on maximizing your blood points by doing as many altruistic actions as possible. This build consists of Dead Hard, Will Make It, We're Gonna Live Forever, and Borrowed Time. Dead Hard is going to be the first perk on this build. As I said before, you always want an exhaustion perk, and when you're doing a ton of altruistic actions, you're going to be interacting with the killer a lot and taking protection hits for the unhooked survivors and all that stuff. So you're going to be getting in a lot of chases, and the best exhaustion perk going up against a killer is Dead Hard because you'll be injured a lot, so you get a lot of use out of this perk. But with the current issues with Dead Hard and it being really laggy on console, if you're struggling really hard with Dead Hard and you're always getting exhausted on the ground, you can also swap this out for Life, which is another really good exhaustion perk in chases. The second perk is Will Make It, and this is a really solid perk that gives you a ton of healing blood points because after you unhook someone, you get 100% bonus heal speed. So you heal them from injured to the healthy state really quickly at double the speed. When you unhook someone, you should basically guaranteed get a full heal every single time, so the healing blood points are going to get maxed out if you get a ton of unhooks, so it's a really solid perk. We're Gonna Live Forever is the 3rd perk, and this is in my opinion the best blood point perk in the entire game for the survivor side because at tier 3, if you get all 4 tokens, you get 100% bonus blood points for all of the categories in the trials, so you basically get double the blood points that you get at the end of the game. And when you're doing an altruistic focused build, getting those safe unhooks is your #1 priority. So if you get 4 safe unhooks or you take protection hits, you can do even less safe unhooks and you'll get the 100% bonus blood points. So it's really good. Finally, the last perk we have on this build is borrow time, and this is the best altruism perk in the entire game. So you definitely want to have this on an altruism focused build. When you're actually unhooking a survivor, this will increase the chances of you getting a safe unhook by so much, because if the killer actually tries to farm that survivor, they'll just get the extra hit and then just zoom away and you'll get the safe unhook really easily. So these 4 perks go really well together, because the will make it, we're gonna live forever, and borrow time combo is a really good unhooking combo, where you unhook someone and if you have the time you can get the full heal off, but if you don't, you'll have the borrow time as a backup. So either way, if you unhook someone, if you heal them, it'll be a safe unhook because you're not taking heat from the killer, or if they get hit with borrow time, they'll still run away and get the safe unhook. So no matter what, you're going to be getting those we're gonna live forever tokens for the 100% bonus blood points. So it's really good. Finally, Dead Hard ties all these perks super well together, because if you're going to be going for a ton of unhooks, you're going to be interacting with the killer a lot and you're going to be injured a lot. So Dead Hard is the best exhaustion perk for that. Coming in at #1, and it's my personal favorite build and I currently use all the time, we have the Bloodpoint Focused build. This is a build that just focuses on overall blood points and doing not just altruism and objective, but kind of just doing a little bit of everything. This build consists of Lithe, Prove Thyself, We're Gonna Live Forever, and Borrowed Time. I think Lithe is the best exhaustion perk for me because it's basically an activatable sprint burst. So I get the benefits of using sprint burst, but I can choose when to use it. So when I'm in a chase, I just loop to a window or a pallet and I just vault over it and then just zoom away. So it's a really solid perk in chases. The second perk is Prove Thyself, and as I explained before, this is the best objective blood point perk for the survivors. When you're on gens and you're doing it with someone else, not only are you advancing the progress in the game really quickly, but you're also getting a ton of blood points while at it. The third perk is going to be We're Gonna Live Forever, and as I explained before, this is a really solid perk for altruism. If you're getting a ton of unhooks and a ton of safe unhooks, you're going to be getting double the blood points at the end of the trial, so it's really good. Finally, we have Borrowed Time, which is, in my opinion, one of the top perks in the game overall. No matter what build you're running, Borrowed Time is always a fantastic perk to have, because those safe unhooks is not only good for the We're Gonna Live Forever stacks, but it's also good for the other survivors to stay alive as long as possible and not get farmed. So these 4 perks work super well together because you get a ton of blood points in the objective category with Prove Thyself, and then it's really easy to get the safe unhooks with Borrow Time and We're Gonna Live Forever combo. So you're going to be getting a ton of altruism and objective blood points, and then at the end of it, you're going to be getting double the blood points on top of that with We're Gonna Live Forever. Finally, tying all of these back together with Lithe is super good because this will help you out in chases a lot. So yeah guys, those were the 3 best survivor blood point builds in DBD. Let me know in the comments what your favorite blood point build is in DBD out of these 3. So yeah guys, that's been the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new. This has been Sharp Chop, and I will see you guys in the next video.